Hey everybody, Derek here to bring you another video for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. And this is going to be my video reviewing the season premiere, which was called Monster. If you have not watched this episode and you do not want to be spoiled in any way, then I would exit the video now and come back later, because otherwise you will be spoiled. Okay. So my overall thoughts on the episode, I thought it was a lot better than the very first season premiere, the series premiere. I really liked how they, got out onto the boat and were starting to understand the challenges that come with surviving out on the water, the relationships between everybody, and seeing exactly how everybody was feeling, where they might go with their relationships was pretty interesting. And I thought that Strand definitely threw a lot of drama into the mix. So I definitely thought that it was a big improvement over the very first season premiere. But, I want to see them get a little bit more into some of the other things that are going on, which I think they're going to be doing in this very next episode. So I thought they did a pretty good job of, setting things up, and I'm really looking forward to the next couple of episodes, really exploring what all is going out. What's going on out on the water, and to eventually get to the plane. We still haven't gotten there yet, so I'd like to know which person survived the crash and what's going to happen from there. So we begin the episode with the group actually getting out onto the yacht, Abigail. The Salazars and Alicia were already on the yacht with Strand, and Nick ends up going back to get Chris, Travis, and Madison. And on the shore, there's just all these fires going on. You see the military actually flying in, or I guess it's the Air Force maybe, but basically these planes coming in and dropping bombs, and things are blowing up in the background. So I'm assuming that this is Operation Cobalt that's taking place. And they're able to get back in time to get everybody out, and Travis takes Liza's body back onto the yacht so that they can give her a proper funeral. And one thing I will say about this episode is that it definitely gave one of the greatest walker kills that I have ever seen on the show. Nick basically took the motor on that little, I think it's called a Zodiac, but that little motorboat they were using to get back and forth, and basically just used the propeller and, shredded the walker's face. So I got to give Fear the Walking Dead credit at least for that. They definitely have had some very interesting walker kills, as well as just walker fights, because the walkers are still very, much like humans. The skin's mostly intact, so it's a lot harder to kill them. And I really like that. I think it definitely adds a little bit of a different tension to the show. So they get out onto the yacht, and they begin to, survive. They're going down the coast, and Strand's goal is to hopefully get to San Diego. He says he wants to travel down that way, thinking that it might be safer than where they are at now. And we get to see, what everybody's doing, their relationships, and as well as some of the dangers that are associated with living out on the sea. One of the first things that the group ends up encountering is, like in the trailer, that boat that had all of those people on it. These, like, maybe a rowboat or a motorboat or something that was out in the ocean. And, some of the group members were like, wait, we should go get them. Alicia wanted to go get them. Madison wanted to go get them. She, runs up to Strand and says, Strand, we need to stop the motorboat. We need to stop the yacht and get these people. And Strand's like, no, we're not doing that. The only way this boat is stopping is if I throw people off of it. And he's very adamant. He does not want to add more people into the mix. So unfortunately, these people are not rescued. And this is definitely very, it serves a big conflict for several different people, because you see, people like Madison and Alicia wanting to rescue them. And Madison said that the reason why is because of the guilt that she feels over not telling her neighbors about what was happening with Cobalt. If you remember in the season finale, when they left the neighborhood, they didn't tell anybody what was going on. They found out about Cobalt, but they didn't share it with anybody. So most likely those people are probably dead, and if not, they're scattered. So she felt guilt over that and said no more. She doesn't want to feel that guilt anymore. So she wants to try to help people out whenever she can. But then you see Travis, and of course Daniel Salazar as well, mostly taking the stance of, no, look, we can't take care of these people. We need to take care of our family, and that's what matters. And this definitely is a point of contention between Madison and Travis. They do fight about this a little bit. They end up going past. They do not pick anybody up from that boat. So that stuff's going on, and eventually they do bury Liza out at sea. They have a little service. Travis says some words, and Chris ends up just going up to Liza's body, and without, so much as 2 words, he just dumps Liza's body into the water, and, storms off in anger, which, we can see, obviously, he is having trouble dealing with his mother's death, which is understandable, of course, and Travis goes and tries to comfort him, and he's just upset. He's really upset mostly that Travis shot her. I don't think he really necessarily understands the implications of what happens when you're bit or things like that. So maybe that was why. But I think also just the idea of, it was his father that shot his mother. That too can also be upsetting. This is a lot earlier in the apocalypse. People definitely are going to have different feelings. And you just saw Chris very upset, and he actually punches his father in the lip, causing him to bleed. And Travis just leaves him alone, gives him some space. And Madison ends up going out and out of her way and comforting him, being honest with him and saying, look, the hurt doesn't go away. I know how you're feeling. And you really see that, maybe a little bit of a connection might be showing there. Maybe Chris might start to look towards her more as a mother figure. We'll have to see what happens, but that would be nice to see their relationship grow stronger. Now, another thing that's going on is Strand, of course. Many people are wondering, what's his deal? Who is he? What does he have in mind? And, some of the group members do not trust Strand, despite what he has done for them. His motivations, his behavior, a lot of people, they do question it. Madison and Daniel have a talk in the episode about how they really don't trust Strand. They don't know how to exactly put it, but they don't trust him. And we see that with Strand. Strand is very much, he seems like he has some kind of a plan, and how it includes everybody else is hard to say. Is he a friend or is he a foe? I'm not sure. I think that could literally go either way at this point. We might find out that he really is just a nice guy. He's just very cautious. He's very intelligent. He looks at things very abstractly, maybe. That seems to be the case, maybe, because his decision not to bring other people onto the boat was definitely a very, strategic decision on his part, not to add more elements and potentially put them in danger. But, his attitude towards the group, on the other hand, it makes them seem, that he's not somebody that is happy to have them on board. He's kind of like, well, hey, you guys better be thankful I invited you on this boat. And just so we're clear, this is my boat. This is my boat. And if I didn't make it clear, this is my, blah, blah, blah boat. He emphasizes the fact that it is his. And I think there is going to be quite a bit of tension between several different people in the group and him, because of his outlook, because of his decisions. And I think it's going to definitely lead to something eventually. I will be interested to see if Strand does start to work more with the group, or if it really is more of just, well, we got to listen to him somewhat because he did help us. But on the other hand, if we ever have the chance to get rid of him, maybe we should, because there was a part in the trailer for the next upcoming episodes where Daniel Salazar says, look, we don't really need Strand. And whether that's the group goes out onto the shore and intends on leaving him or what the deal is, hard to say, but I think that it's definitely going to take some time before anybody trusts Strand. And, that may never happen. It's definitely interesting, and I'll be interested to see where that goes. Another big point of the episode was Alicia. During the episode, Alicia was given the radio in order to listen to see if she could find out some information. And she started to strike up a conversation with somebody named Jack, who was apparently out on a boat with him, his brother, and his sister-in-law, and the two of them strike up a conversation, and they seem to have a lot in common, and Alicia genuinely wants to help. We see that Alicia really is somebody who wants to help. She wants to be that person that can provide help for other people, take a more humane approach than maybe Daniel Salazar or Strand might be taking, and she ends up telling a little bit of information about the yacht and everything to Jack, and Jack kind of relays information to her. And when Strand finds out about this, he gets really upset. And he yells at Alicia, and this is where he really reemphasizes that this is his boat, it's his rules. And when it's revealed that Strand has no intention of going to help them, Alicia gets on the radio and tells Jack that they're not coming, and Jack says, well, that's all right, Alicia. I'll see you soon. And we're like, wait, what? What do you mean you're going to see her soon? What is this? And it really makes you wonder, is there more ill intentions behind this group or what? And that might be related to what happened at the end of the episode, which is definitely something that I want to find out more about, and I think that may add more excitement to these next upcoming episodes. Because near the end of the episode, Chris and Nick dive into the ocean to go swimming. And while they're in there, they notice that there are walkers floating around, and there was also smoke that was in the area as well. And Strand starts to look on his monitors on his yacht, and he starts to see something. And he's like, wait, what's this? Well, we see that Chris and Nick are in the water, and Travis goes out to get them because there's walkers in the water. They're like, what the heck? What's going on here? Why are there walkers in the middle of the ocean? Well, then they notice that there's a boat. It's another boat, and it's tipped over. And it's clear from the looks of things that somebody attacked this boat and wrecked it. Whether they blew it out of the water, whether they ran into it, what happened. These people that were on this yacht ended up getting killed. And Nick dives into the boat and gets the yacht log and comes out, and then they end up going back onto the yacht. And Strand comes down and informs them that they need to get out of there as soon as possible because it looks like the boat that may have done what happened, that may have blown up the yacht, is coming back and might attack the Abigail. And that's where we left off. So we don't know who is this boat. And we don't know a lot of things. It really left us with a lot of questions. Who is this Jack? Did Jack have something to do with that yacht? Are they the good guys, and maybe the people that were on that yacht are bad guys? Who's to say these people over here were the good guys and the ones over there were the bad guys? We might find out otherwise. Lots of questions, and it definitely left off with a little bit of an unsure note. So what's going to happen? I guess we'll have to wait until the next episode. But again, I thought it was a pretty good introduction, and I'm really looking forward to these next several episodes to see exactly what else Fear the Walking Dead can offer us. But I have to say, I was pretty impressed with the start. And with that, I'm going to bring this video to a close. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them. Feel free to subscribe. I do have more videos coming. And if you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, don't be afraid to suggest them. Have a very wonderful evening, and thank you very much for watching.